Well, well, well. Let's check out day 7, shall we? Though there is something else I need to check real quick. So I need a second. Oh, buongiorno. That shit is such a bop, honestly. I'm so happy that they didn't just take like some random ass music, but they actually at least took like the little care to make it something, you know? What score did I end up on today's World Boss? 31.5 million, I believe. We can check it in a second. Hey, what's up, what's up? Brian Palmer. Cucurella se como una paella. No. I'm already mentally scarred. You know, I was on vacation. And decided to play some locals on a football court, right? And it was warm outside, but what? That's not the point, right? So I decided to play some locals, and they didn't really speak English that well, right? And they decided to call me Cucurella. I never felt so insulted in my life. I swear, it wasn't a nice experience. You know, it stuck with me. It twisted me. It turned me into something I never thought I'd be. But yeah, no. Well. So, no, a score, right? You wanted to know the score. Hey, who knows? Maybe somebody beat us. Oh no, 33.5 is what it is. 33.5 is what it is, and here is the split. 10, 7, 10 to 7 and 4.1. One of the reasons why our score jumped a bit in comparison to what we had before was actually Bucciarati, but not the damage version, but the stun on his ult, because that allowed us to line up better our JOJO ult with the boss going down. Like with the boss bar going down, combined with then other ults hitting not just the JOJO 80%, but also the boss is stands broken 100% damage bonus. So we sacrificed Bucciarati to increase the overall damage, right? Like he could have done something like 5.2, but 4.1 is not enough of, or 3.6. Like we lost 1.6 on him, but overall gained on everybody else. Pretty much. Alright. So... yeah, I don't know, I feel like there was something important I figured out yesterday, but the answer to that is probably I didn't. But it's gonna be alright. You know, I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity. Surely they could have also given us a legendary on day 7, right? Just make that day 7 a little bit more exciting. But nah, I think it's absolutely fine that way. That means because tomorrow we get a bunch of new content, a bunch of new things, a bunch of fancy stuff, and the legendary. Who are y'all hoping for from your day 8? Like, for me, it's relatively simple. I only have 8 people left. And out of those 8, I'm only missing 1 in actuality. And that is Hermes. So, for me, it's relatively simple. I'm like, well, I would really like to get an Hermes. Because then it would save myself a bunch of selectors, bunch of trouble. I mean, others I wouldn't mind, right? Would be FF. FF would be sick as fuck. Chocolata would be great as well, actually, in terms of like the value I think he's gonna get from it. Yeah, probably one of those three would be fantastic. Diavolo. Understandable. Understandable. Alright, let's do a quick couple searches. Ooh, it's the Kira phone. We found the Kira phone. That's nice. Alright. Let me see. Is that anything? Or do we already have the Kira phone? I guess we... Oh, no, it's... The toy phone Doppio used... Oh, no, it's not the Kira phone. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that I saw the black cat, but no, it's the Doppio phone where he tries to communicate with Diavolo. Alright, 1.5, 0.5, so 8% to get something nice. Collection Intel purple would obviously be something. Chances are we're just gonna get blue. Well, I at least was prepared. You know, I at least was prepared for it. And yeah, let's see. Upgrades at a day in 0 hours, which means there's like 3 minutes left, yeah. How do you do Uncharted, bro? Let me show you. You go to Uncharted Journey, you click on it, you click on the left one, and then you open this until you find the door. If you don't find the door, you need to kill a prisoner so that you can flip the other tiles, and then you leave, and you go into the next door, and then you just keep it going. That's the best way. The rest, the other game mode, forget about it. Honestly, it is not worth the headache. Unless you like riddles, unless you love making 1 or 2 mistakes and then having to start over again, this is not it. Maneuver is not it. Not yet, at least. And that's because there's a bunch of passive perks we can unlock, and these would make it a lot more fun to play the other mode. But even then, I don't know if I'll ever really go out of my way to actively want to play it, you know? Oh yeah, extreme try. How many chests? 5, let's go. Alright, gold. 1, 4, 2, 4. Oh yeah, also something important, right? Just if you were ever like fully curious for memory fragments, you can figure out that 1 is always gonna be attack. 4 is always gonna be wait, let me see. That's not technically the truth. Or is it set based? That'd be weird. Oh, I guess it could be set based as well. Like if you look at this, you see Stone Ocean will always have attack main, then HP main, then defense main, and the other one is actually like 1 and 3, right? And then here it's guaranteed attack. Ooh, so that means that this set overall is less of a DPS set due to the fact that it's gonna get defense on the final always, so you can't get like a double attack. Though there isn't really a problem with like do something, because it has double attack splits. This one has double attack splits, I'm quite sure. Yeah, and then this one here should have like a bunch of defense related splits. Like, yeah, attack with defense split, so you can get like double defense twice. Here you can get attack, and then this should be HP twice. Right, like here you could get double HP, here you could get double HP, you can get double HP in the middle, and then these ones aren't as important. Is this a channel for other future games too? Well, probably. Though, to be honest, I'll have to see what I'm gonna do with Mirezi, because it's from the same devs, and I just have to see if people would mesh with it well and if they wouldn't mind. But especially if I like pick up a game, I do like going rather hard in terms of content and the like, and there might be a chance that then that's a little, well, a little much. Especially if you're only there for the other game, right? Hey, what boss? Oh, double clash progression. I forgot that thing existed. So, let's get it going. We don't have that much time, which means we need to figure out what exactly we've unlocked. That is the wheel. So let's let Jesus take the wheel or something. Oh, good start. Forget about it. Lucky wheel into lucky roll, not the worst. Hmm? $720? Oh, damn. That is like a fourth of the entire guild score yesterday. I think yesterday the guild only scored like 4,400 or something. But holy shit. We jumped by 1.5 levels from this. Like, you see how we're like already 381 into the next level? Damn, 720 is crazy. That is kind of crazy. Did I buy packs on stream, and on which day would it have been? No, I don't think I did. I mainly I think got them after and then decided on what to do with it. But yeah, remember, if you can use the web shop, you should use the web shop. You can try to either go for like the most expensive one and then never spend again, or obviously more. Or you could also just get like the exact one that gives you like the most benefits. I think it's like 1580 JOJO notes that gives you like a bunch of extra ones. But it doesn't really matter. You could also just do 99 cents and you would get 2000 gems. But no, in general, the cheaper the pack, the better the value. So on something like a JOJO banner, like actually in the JOJO banner at the bottom left, like the first 2 or 3 are pretty good. The monthly passes are the most important though. Like honestly, I do believe out of all of this, like the monthly passes are kind of the most important because yeah, just because of the amount you're getting, as well as also a couple of these coinsies here. Yeah. I mean, we get ourselves a JOJO badge blueprint there. Though, to be fair, I probably won't get it there. Because I could also just get it from... I could also just get it from the arena shop, right? Oh, no, not arena shop. World Boss shop, right? Because what else would I be saving up for? So, let me see. How close are we? 5,250 of 6,000. And then we need an additional 1,700 here. And how much was it? 150 gold ingots, right? Or some stupid shit like that. It is very, very expensive. I mean, if we think about the conversion... No, it's only 30 of them. Well, still. So it's like, would I rather craft 12 epics or make a JOJO badge? The answer to that should be simple. Make a JOJO badge. And that is because this JOJO badge is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in this game, especially in regards to the fact that, well, you don't need multiple copies of it to get its full effect. Well, obviously then you would want to try to get to like gold 3-star, but that's neither here nor there, right? Alright, come on. I mean... Alright. So, 3 months to craft all 4 is insane. I don't know if it would take 3 months though. But, yeah, and it's not even just 4 you want to craft, right? So, we've made it. We've made it to the next attack upgrade. Look at these numbers. My Diavolo is getting 2,250 attack from guild. So yeah, we are again at this point in time where the only thing I'm buying is attack related upgrades because we've made it to the 15 out of 20s. Do you already have a good idea on how good this game is for free to play, or would it be a bit soon to ask? It really depends on the kind of modes. Like, the more modes they are and the more impossible they are to beat with even less copies of a unit, the less free to play friendly it's going to be, right? I mean, so far there's like, for example, event like this. This event randomly coming in is quite impressive. With, for example, these like blind boxes they did and that coming in, and then here having the ability to just buy like spirit power and like collectibles and consumables. Especially this event as well, right? The character giveaway event. The fact that it guarantees you every single character, which means outside of obviously the limited banners, you'll have at one point every single character in the game, is already a pretty good sign. It just depends on what they make of it, you know? Like, it's not like I can go out of my way and guarantee that things are going to continue like this, but the potential is definitely there to be enjoyed free to play. We just have to see if they overcook, right? But they seem to be having some great and grand plans, which obviously wouldn't work out if you're just left with like a few people that just bash their heads in. So we gotta see, but it's definitely possible, would be my early estimation. Hey, Jack the Ripper's the dagger wielded by the zombified Jack the Ripper. Yeah, Jack the Ripper's dagger. Damn. Time to upgrade these for even more attack. Wah 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 wah. That's the main thing I'm doing. Find everything and anything that has anything to do with attack and just upgrade it. Yeah. And then here maybe in the exhibits we have another one. No, it's soccer ball, a football. Whoops, my fault. What do they call it? They call it a soccer ball. Disgusting. Then again, JOJO's is supposed to be American, kind of. So I guess it makes sense. Well, alright, we have an orange. Let's upgrade that orange. That is fucking pensive. Holy shit. Upgrading this orange is really expensive. Ay. What's this in the mail? Oh yeah, 20 gems. Woohoo! I love 20 gems. We love 20 gems. Let me invite somebody who I think is going to complete all their dailies. And then... Oh yeah! Free for all login, check-in combined with the exchange store spirit power. Ha! That is what I was wanting to do. So that means we now have... We have triple gold... yeah, pretty much triple gold on Jotaro. Double red and a gold on Diavolo. And then we can probably move like the final gold over to FF. So FF is... Oh, well, maybe not like that. So like this, and then this one. And then she gets probably this triple epic one. Obviously, this is kind of like the set we're the most likely to swap to anybody else that like becomes important for us to try to achieve something, right? And then Jono is probably just gonna get whatever's left. Like this blue one, this green one, and this purple one. Is there a synchro slot so far? What is that? What is that? It doesn't tell me anything, unfortunately. I can't really do anything with the word synchro slot. You might have to give me a bit more context. Okay, they want us to do Uncharted Journey. Oh yeah, today we might get a boss fight out of Uncharted Journey. Yeah, the Uncharted boss rewards look amazing. Are they repeatable? I would assume so. It seems like free weekly rewards. But I guess we'll know. I guess we'll know after today or maybe after tomorrow. I watched the video early. Someone fighting Dio. Probably an ad? Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. But, would I go for 5-star JOJO or will I just save the whole month? See, the way I see it is you only need to make your final decision before the banner disappears. So I have all this time to just try and see in what kind of spot I am, what kind of resources I'm working with, and as well as also how realistic would it be for me to go from 3 to 5 stars on top of potentially already getting information on whoever's next, right? There's a good chance we should know who's next before the JOJO banner ends. So I like to keep my options open to see what exactly is going on. The same as SMB where your highest level sync with the units you slot. I kind of feel like that's probably has to happen on 65. I think it's probably gonna happen around level 65 when they introduce like a synchro slot. But so far there is none, which means you can take all your resources and level up as many characters as you can. And then if you don't have enough resources, you just gotta reset somebody else and split your resources that way. After I'm done, could I show you how to do 5-2? You're currently kind of confused. Alright. I mean, that's no problem. Save and exit. Main story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-2. Kill marked enemy. Is it again the kill marked enemies first one? See, what I ended up doing with 5-2 as well is, number one, you can't be running time stop JOJO. Because if you do, he's just gonna one-shot somebody's ass and there's nothing you can do about it. Right? But no, you need to take your assassin. And you obviously need to put him into this specific spot here. Otherwise, he's not gonna be attacking this guy. And then you kind of probably want an assassin that has stealth. Because if you don't have an assassin that has stealth, well, all of these guys are going to attack him. So you have two choices. Get an assassin that has stealth. Or find a way on how to keep the assassin that you're sending there alive. Right? Like technically you could probably keep like a Strizo alive with like the healing and stuff he has. But well, obviously this is not going to be very realistic for you, but well, there we go, right? You send an assassin, you kill the backline. Obviously we're completely outstatted for it now, but also something I did specifically for 5-1, 5-2 and 5-3. One singular tank, singular healer, assassin, Jotaro and a whole horse. Like a second single target DPS, because 5-1, 5-2 and 5-3 have these super annoying guys that give them like really high defense and some HP restoration, which means it's gonna take you forever to actually kill them, which means the time requirement might actually become a problem. And yeah, these stages, they don't really hit that hard, which is why you can afford not to run one. Oh, so you figured it out. Well, it wasn't even your power. It was just that you forgot that you needed to use an assassin. Well, there you go. So that means whenever you were like encountering kill a marked enemy earlier, you just forgot how that worked, huh? Okay, challenge. 60, 150, 10, 10, and 2,400 gems. This is one of the most obscene reward like compositions I've ever seen in a game. You do this shit 6 times and then look at this. Temple, 12 summons in gems. Let's see. I wonder what exactly happens after we beat his ass. It would be insane if these would be our rewards every 6 days. That would be so good. Like, that would be so good. Big reward. Damn. Every 6 days? This mode alone gives us 12,000 gems a month. 12,000 gems, 50 pulls of each, just from a singular mode alone. Unless, obviously, consider the fact we're going up in difficulty. So, there might be a point in time where you just can't beat his ass. Right? And that's where getting more clues comes in. If you can beat him at 6, obviously you get more rewards. If you get to 7 clues, he'll do less damage. 8 clues, he'll take more damage. 9 clues, he'll have less HP. So, the question is, right, how far? But that is still an obscene amount of rewards. Well, sure. Let's do some daily quests with Hackerus. Alright, double clash. They want me to use a co-op character, which means I need to request a co-op character. Let me do that. There we go. Quest level 15. Which means to unlock the next quest level, or to unlock the next difficulty, only happens tomorrow. Now what I'm curious is, do you still need to wait 24 hours even after you reach the quest level? Probably not, right? But there's a chance. Yeah, damn, our second team is so much weaker than our first. I don't know what to do about it. There we go. That should work. And also I get an excuse to use Diavolo, so it's a good one. Finally got Jono's Dupe 1. Hey, congratulations. It's amazing. Like, honestly, it is just so good. 200 energy every 14 seconds. Once you get him to S2, 200 energy every 12 seconds. More energy, more ults, more damage, more winning. I also like these weather conditions, you know, like wind giving you range damage and the like. It's pretty sweet. Give me a second here. I need to do something real quick. All right. I don't know, I'm being delusional, but I hope we can get a full red. I hope we can get a full red from the shards, because that's, you know, that's just how it would go. It would just be, here, take the full red, and then big win. Also, I wonder how, like, all in we should really go with the gems. Because, to some degree, if you only have 5 sets of gems, that means every time you're not running one of the 5 characters, well, you'll have to go out of your way to swap your gems around as well. $720,000. Ay. Oh yeah, we get ourselves 2% more crit rate on Diavolo from the guild scores, which means he now has a legendary 31% crit rate. Would I be able to show a good PvP defense setup? Well, I'm not gonna be able to guarantee that it's great, but this is what I've been running. Oh, I think we lost some defenses. We lost. We won, we lost, we won, we lost. Well, if the same guy starts attacking you, they've obviously figured out your defense and then just want to get some points, right? But we won against this guy, lost one against the guy, even though he attacked us, then lost here. Well, defense PvP at the moment, I think, is kind of hard to do regardless. But something I've been running just for the most amount of time was a simple 1 tank, 1 AoE, 1 Jotaro, 1 FF kind of setup. And with a Jono in the middle so that you can't assassinate him because it's only like the last 2. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, at the moment, it mainly comes down to, well, whose Jotaro hits the other Jotaro and turns him into a dead Joe bro. Because should he do, well, you end up winning. And oh, that reminds me, I think I forgot to do my arena fights yesterday. Fuck. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Unlucky. Unlucky. Yeah, I probably forgot to do my that's tough. That is tough. Sad times. Bro, for free to play, should save currency for next man or spend it all? Well, spending everything you had never helped nobody from a free to play perspective. I would at the moment probably try and keep a Jotaro with his ability and then first see what these devs are up to. What kind of character they want to introduce next. Like, so long as we have like a day or two before the Jotaro banner ends, to get a bit of information on who comes next. You can then make a decision of, would you rather bet on Jotaro based on what you know of him, or would you much rather fully invest in whoever is new, right? But the thing is, if you spend everything on Jotaro, then it's kind of like a decision you've already made and you can't just take it back. Like, yes, it might still be that you end up being correct and Jotaro 5 stars ends up being a lot more useful than having a Jotaro at 3 stars and the new guy at 3 stars, or even having the next 4 units at 2 stars instead of 1 unit at 5 stars. But it's definitely less likely. Alright, so we get another purple, couple blues, we have the random shards. We also have this Star Expedition pass where we are going to get some shards on 18. Complete a request. Not entirely too sure what they mean by that. Special neck. The fuck? He would increase the investigation time so it takes longer, but we'd get 1 random photo collectible shard. Okay. Additional investigation XP gained. Uh-huh. Should you get him 2-star? I don't think so. It kind of feels like that if you go down the 2-star route, you might as well bring him to 3 stars as well. Like, I think 1-star time stop is basically the same thing as 2-star. Like, 2-star mainly feels like a PvP thing, or something you'd actually have to try and work into your battles during, like, campaign pushes. But you should be able to, like, get to the same result without having to have him take X amount of damage and then get some healing and get a little stronger for 5 seconds. But it's also, it really depends on how you take advantage of it and how often it becomes useful for you. Personally, I'm going to spend on JOJO until I get his passage to 2 and then stop. Yeah, well, that is the more important one, right? The one where you get the attack bonus and the shield. Right, like that one is a lot more, has a lot more oomph than every 60 seconds being able to drop below 50 to get some healing, damage reduction, and crit rate. Like, sure, there's sometimes parts where this would allow your JOJO to survive something that a 1-star wouldn't. But do you really want your JOJO in a situation like that in the first place? I don't know. Again, it really comes down to, well, how many gems can you get by the end of the JOJO banner, and how interesting is the next one, right? The next character. Are you planning not to rest today? You got a tight schedule. Well, the schedule isn't even as tight because there is a maintenance delay that I was also kind of banking on anyway for CZN. So technically we have a few hours more here. But yeah, it's gonna be a little. Oh, the final challenge, Dio. But how did somebody then already do that? But, so the tower is only 21. That's it's a good question in regards to, well, how many card flips could we then possibly get, you know? Bam, 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 bam. Oh, whoops. Bam 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 bam. I want to use my selector on Caesar to get a second passive, but you wouldn't know about Bruno or Koichi. I don't think you would be worrying much about it. Like, if you like Caesar, you can absolutely try and take advantage of a second passive. Just keep in mind. Oh, you mean passive 2? Damn, let's have a look. Or if you mean this one. Because this one has the issue that you still have to find somebody to give him a buff. And Jono's energy regeneration doesn't count as a buff, right? Like, obviously you can definitely make something happen with it, but it requires a bit of setup on your end. And then here, this one, basic attacks deal damage, deal additional damage equal to 40%. Well, it's gonna take your basics from 190% to 230. And then this one here, well, I don't know when we're gonna fight vampires and zombies, right? Should you use my free SSR on his Caesar 3-star? I mean, his basic attacks would become stronger by what did we say? 40%, so you'd gain around like a 20% basic attack damage increase. It's probably gonna be noticeable. But, quick question. Did you already get Caesar from the random character pool? Did you already get Caesar from the random character pool? Because if you didn't, then you might as well just get him there. Dio would be a vampire. Yeah, but I kind of feel like... I don't know if it's the truth in-game as well, but look at like this guy. No... okay, I guess against him it would work. No, wasn't there like one or two of them that were like, well, I'm kind of like a vampire slash zombie, but I'm immune to the effects of Hamon. But like, I don't remember. Was it like a Strizo? No. Oh, this one, yeah. When fighting Hamon Masters, he's immune to additional damage caused by Hamon energy. I kind of feel like maybe we're gonna see that on a couple more people, which would be kind of silly, but... hit marked enemy first, you used an assassin that has something like a teleport. Something like a teleport, a dash, something that hits whoever you want to target. But yeah, assassins automatically gonna target the one who's in front of them. And I also think attack marked enemy is actually kill marked enemy first. So you want to use an assassin that can actually hit. And you kind of don't want to use time stop JOJO because he's gonna kill somebody else before your assassin even has the chance to kill whoever needs to die. When Cars comes out, he will most likely be immune to Hamon as well. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing. Hamon didn't really do much in the end, right? But no, what's the best team? Well, that's a loaded question, right? On something like this world boss specifically here, I think the best is actually going to be AoE damage due to how the boss works, right? On this world boss, on the other hand, range damage is really bad because he reduces range damage by 40%. On this boss, you want kind of a mix of range damage and AoE damage, because there's weather that increases the damage of ranged units and also gives you... and also he has multiple tentacles you can target. On this guy, I think it was raining, which means somebody like an FF got extra stats, but somebody like an Afdol's Burns would actually get away, so you kind of want to use somebody else. As well as also here, the guy kind of just jumps around and stuns people as well. So ranged weren't as great because he kind of jumps into their range. This dude here, I think this dude you could just use whatever you kind of felt like it. You just wanted a bunch of like stance bar depletions. for him as well, also just like hit him until he dies, kind of. And then this guy was also kind of hit him until he dies. But at its core, JOJO S1 is probably the best thing you could do for yourself for Guild Boss. Like this ability here. It's probably the best you could do for Guild Boss and World Boss. Or S1 here, not S2. But no, other units I found to be really hard-hitting single target were Jotaro, Diavolo, Bucciarati, Caesar, Koichi, Holhorse, Gaido Mista technically, FF really hard-hitting, John Gali A probably, but only with like multi-dupes. Akira was decent. Keiichiro didn't really do much. Sports Max was kind of fun. But yeah, that would be like boss damage, right? Bossing. And then for campaign. Well, for campaign, pushing hard mode campaign seems to be requiring a very specific formation. And that is, you need one tank. You need 2 healers. One of them most likely is going to end up being Jono. And then the other one is either going to be a Zakuk, or it's going to be Speedwagon, at least for now. Like, those are the only 3 that actually heal outside of this guy. Outside of Zeppelini. Though the problem with him is he's a single target healer and only on ult. But he does restore an insane amount of energy. Like, this is a stun. This is block down. This is damage against vampires and zombies. Yeah. And this one is like a once per fight thing. Where after 10 seconds, 5 stacks of attack up and big energy for 3 seconds. So 600 energy in total of 3 seconds. But then after that, it's like gone again as well. So this like really high burst kind of. Yeah, so that's in terms of like the base formation. And then the rest kind of usually ends up being something like a JOJO, because he's just that good with time stop usually. And then the final one is kind of like maybe AoE, like AoE damage, like a Prosciutto, like a Cioccolata, maybe like a Koichi. Yeah, and then sometimes there's like a few things where you kind of like have to or want to swap it up. Like if for some reason your healing is good enough but your damage isn't good enough, then somebody like a Speedwagon or a Jono can obviously go out, and then you'd have space to add like something like an Assassin or a secondary damage dealer. Maybe sometimes you even have to get a little funky and do something along the lines of a double tank, 1 Jotaro, double healer. Like, you have to be a bit more flexible, but the base concept is enemies want you dead and you better don't die. No, that's I guess the base concept of what we're working with. Okay, 1250 points. I guess it's time we start buying the photograph, because I don't know. Okay, let me actually count. How many more do we get from Miss Skirmish? So I don't have to be very too much. 150, 250, 500, 750, 1000, 1250. Yeah, I better start buying this. Better start buying the spirit photograph just in case. Like, I can then buy the collection until after. But I'm still happy with the choices I've made. So card flip, we have 2 of them. Bottom left, obviously. Ouch. Bottom right then. Ouch. Great. We are not making any progress. We really aren't that good at finding cards and where they are, and having it not hurt us. We are pretty bad at it. Okay, guaranteed superior collectible. We are looking for any of the top rows, because the top 7 in the row are attack based. So let's see. Defense, I'd have to guess. Yeah, punk shot, ball shard. Like, well, this was during part 3, right? When they got turned into like babies. I think it was Polnareff that did it, but might be wrong. Hey, we have enough shards. Woohoo. Couple more stats. Yeah, so this is our stat line currently, which is, I think, pretty impressive. So, 5,000 attack. Did you buy the advanced pass on the Star Expedition? Is it true you get a JOJO? Yes, you get a full JOJO. It is indeed the truth. So, that's one of the main reasons why I decided to go for it. And that is because you do get an entire JOJO on 10. So, for example, if you didn't summon for him, you would get him for the first time. Or if you did summon for him, you would automatically get Star 2. So, it's definitely an interesting decision they've made. So, overall, you're getting a full JOJO, 15 premium, 10 standard, 3/7 gems, couple crafts, couple jewels, and then a couple researchies. Did I just say researchies? Okay. We have these shards. We are hoping for a full red, obviously. If not, I take 8 red shards as well. Golds are decent. Let's see what we can get. Okay, alright. I get it, game. I was being a little greedy. So, a singular shard for a red, which means we now need 7 more. We got a blue, we got a purple, we got a couple blues, and a bunch of greens. So that means it is now the time for us to try and see how much we can actually fuse together. And if that actually ends up being worth anything. Anything. Thing. For the purple ones though, do I want to fuse them? I don't know, it's 217 stats. That's more than a 5 fuse blue. Probably not. Not yet, at least. So... But I think we can start fusing green and blue. That shouldn't be that much of a problem. Okay. And yeah. Double 6 slot is not possible. It does not go higher than this. So a 1 slot, 2 slot, 3 slot, 4 slot. Wow, we have the entire pyramid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think would be good gems for JoJo's main badge? I know it's Kenzu, but I feel like 3 gems of Kenzu is fine. But what about gems for one of the main badge? You mean about the JoJo badge set and what you would put in there? Like the big 3. The big 3 are going to be... Let me show you, right? The big 3 are going to be the gem of Impulse, giving you a crit damage boost. But that only makes sense once we start getting more crit rates, specifically from like memory fragments, guild gear slots, and the like. But it really is the crit damage one, the attack speed one in Frenzy, and then the final one would indeed be Flurry for the crit rate. Right? Currently you gotta rate them crit rate first, then attack speed, then crit damage, but over time it's gonna be crit rate first, crit damage second, Flurry third. So yeah, my current one has 3 stacks of Flurry and a delay gem, but it doesn't really make a difference. It's just so he doesn't die in PvP. Usually that would be like a crit damage gem. I'm still hoping I can get another Flurry piece so that I can actually run a Frenzy Flurry set. Which would be kind of sweet. Okay. Now we've done that. Let me... Wow, look. I'm so advanced. I almost maxed this guy out already. I'm a master of the spirit gem system. This thing gives a third of the stats of like just 3 legendaries. Like the crit boost is sweet, but well, you can't really bank on getting that, especially not now. So I'd much rather probably just take the raw stats, which I do, or which I am, or yeah. Alright, 36 on 21, that's a lot. Just trying to kind of think to see if maybe... Where do these come from? Trying to think and see if... Ooh, insta-hit. But it's probably defense, isn't it? It's always fucking defense. But we get a couple more coins from the Speedwagon Foundation requests. Where was I? I wanted to see if maybe I could get some more summons somewhere. Though I doubt it. Maybe the hero's path. Like Road to Hero. No, it's a blue gem. But for that, somebody would have to take my co-op request. Oh, okay. Let me finish the quest then before I forget. So I really don't like JOJO anymore. I need to go and use somebody else. So there we go. We gotta use this MS, very important. Spender guide, buy from the web shop. And I mean, I'll do it quick, right? Just let me finish this, and then we can talk about it. It's gonna be pretty quick, right? You're not gonna get the full mega value ultimate super breakdown and whatnot, but it should help you not make any silly decisions, all right? There we go. Let's hope that actually complete. Oh, Bloody Battlefield. Yeah, we need to play Bloody Battlefield as well. But no. So, quick, right? If you really want to buy some shit, you first head down to either the middle here or down to this one and you click on the go button. It's going to automatically take... It's automatically going to take your user ID. Well, you know, if anybody's curious, right? Like, if you really don't know what to buy or for who to buy it, well, you should definitely put this ID in. It's automatically gonna put yours in, and you get like a couple extra things, right? Like a couple gems. Or these you could just get for going to the webshop in the first place, but no, you get like 2,000 gems for anything, and then a couple extra nodes for recharging certain amounts. But, well, more importantly, right? These ones are really good. These ones are really good. The Premium Collection monthly passes are probably the best value out of all of them. Then it would probably be something like the Value Fund, because it's giving you 16,000 gems. After that, it would be like the early ones here. The early ones, like the earlier they are, especially the 99 cents one, $5.99, maybe $10, the better the value, right? The earlier they are, the better the value. Same is true for Recruit. Time limited discount. Like these early ones are really good, and then they start becoming worse and worse the higher you go. And then Star Expedition Pass is probably the last thing, where you could get yourself a full JOJO, which would be this pass also the equivalent of like what, 16, 17, 18,000 gems. Yeah, I think that's mainly that. Also the Voyager, like the Voyager starter packs, those do have decent value, so you can also check out the last ones in the back, but you kind of have to know a bit of what you're looking for by doing so, or by going there. All right, let me try something fancy. Let's see how strong we can make a singular JOJO against Bloody Battlefield with upgrades. you think you're missing out by currently not having a Diavolo? No. The only reason why my Diavolo works that well is because he's already at 3 stars. Though I still think he can perform before that. It's just the fact that every attack, meaning especially if you give him an attack speed set, every attack gives him more energy, just allows him to get like 3, 4, 5 more ults out. And if you really want your Diavolo to start dealing good damage on the bosses, or big damage on the bosses, you kind of need the S1 as well. So you kind of have to get lucky and get it from the ability banner. Though in terms of like impactful S1s, it's probably not the biggest, but it would still be an increase. Did y'all get that single Tony badge? I already got a couple Tony badges, but they happened like really late. I didn't have a singular Speedwagon or Tony badge for the first 4 days or so. Or 5 days even. What's everybody's opinion on the art style? Personally, you don't like it. You couldn't even watch the anime. Well, then that just means JOJO isn't, or better said, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure franchise isn't necessarily for you, right? Like if you don't like the art style, then well, that's kind of it. But it's also part of it, right? You can't really separate the two. That's what makes it charming, you know. See, you kind of realize how much of a different thing JoJo is when your mom asks you if all the people in your videos are gay. Like, imagine someone who's never watched an anime in their life, never heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and then sees someone like a Giorno. Exactly, that was the reaction. And for us, it doesn't necessarily make sense, because it's like, it would be JoJo's like if you're with the boys, but not everybody understands that. The JoJo anime looked so bad? Nah. I mean, maybe you could make an argument for like the first season or so, but nah, the animation is peak. It might just not be your style, and that's totally fine. Do you see this number? JoJo did 223 million damage. JoJo's not for everyone. Exactly, it is really not for everyone. The art style in the manga looks way better. I don't know, I think I've seen some like comparison between manga and anime panels, and they've been pretty faithful to it. I think they've been pretty faithful to it. They didn't really go out of their way to like make something that looks bad. You're a fan of the 90s since the 90s? Nope, not at all. Well, then I don't know. Like for example, I wasn't alive in the 90s, so I probably can't compete with you there. But oh, I remember now what you meant. Wait, but like, which JoJo anime adaptation did you watch? Because there's a couple different ones, and I will agree with you on the first two versions looking different. But also I to a degree you could also say I grew up with the newest version, so well, there's also some bias there for sure. Like I can guarantee you there's some bias there for sure. There, you didn't even know there was an OG version? Oh, there was like a pilot version where it's like just part of part 3. Everybody kinda looks the same, but they don't really. I think it was like 2002 or something. Let me see. First ever JoJo adaptation, question mark. Oh no, 1993 was the original. Yeah. $1993. And then the thing we all remember is 2012. So I think there was like 1993, then there was like something like 2003, 2004, and then yeah. So it went 1993 to 2002. 2000 and 2002 was like a follow-up, and then 2012 was the proper adaptation. Yeah, load CCN taking 3 hours as usual. Yep. Indeed. JOJO manga art was so good in manga, I thought it would look more like Guts manga or Bleach manga. Well, that I guess then didn't happen, right? But there's nothing you can do about it, right? If you don't like it, you can just continue reading the manga. It's not like they ever stopped, right? So, high hopes. We are doing 20 summons on the ability banner. Let's see what we can get. Good. 2 pair. Alright, but for who? Another Ken. That's a sick joke. And then a tiny feet. The reason why I'm saying Kenzo's a bit of a sick joke, well, look at this. I am sitting on 160 Kenzo shards that I cannot use. Because I don't have enough base Kenzus. So I could go all the way to S5, which would be the final passive, but for that I'd need him to be 5 stars, which is kind of far away. Alright, what's the pity looking like? Oh, either I'm blind or we must be pretty close. Okay, I am kind of blind. So it is 30. Well, how about 40? I think 40 should be fair. 40 should be fair. And it is! Why is he still on my wish list? He's not. Huh? Greatly increased drop rate. But we got somebody who wasn't on our wish list. Well, that's a first. So we didn't get. So how many did we get in total? We got one that was a wish list. We got one that was a wish list. 2. Wait, yeah. 1 that was a wish list. 2 that was a wish list. 3 wish list. 4 wish list. And then the 5th one was non-wish list. Well, the ratio's at least decent, but I didn't even know that was a thing. So, what the fuck? S2 Chocolata? I can't even use it. Because I don't have a 2-star shit. Ay. Alright. 36 standards. I think we should be guaranteed an SSR because why wouldn't we? Good. Banger. Come on. F. Fucking F. We could go all the way to 3 stars right now if I wanted to. We now have a 2-star FF. We have this selector. And we have the double selector on the banner still. I could bring her to 3 stars right now if I felt like it. But that is huge. 8% attack and defense reduction on the enemy. 16% attack and defense increase for us. That is big. That is big. Can we go back to back? Nope, but we get 2 epics. Come on, give me a Kenzu. I need a Kenzu, please. Saint Viento and the car assassin guy. What was the pity on FF here? 10, 20, 30, 40, 46. Well, not the most generous, but at least it wasn't 60, am I right? Good. Okay, come on. Again, like a Kenzu, Hol Horse, something. No. No. Why? Why do I need one more to have a rainbow pet shop? How did I get here? How does one man need that many pet shops? Why would I ever want that many pet shops? Gee. I about to max out fucking pet shop. Can you believe it? Insanity. That is ridiculous. I think Dio is almost confirmed to be the next character. It is, I mean, it depends, right? If they really do like double banners, then that would also mean that after this we could see something like a Jolene and a Poochie, or like a Jonathan and a Dio part 1. But it would also be kind of weird, wouldn't you think? But it really feels like part 3 Dio would be like a nuke, you know? If they really do part 3 Dio after Jotaro, they would definitely be ulting. That's for sure. Alright, yeah. Do cars instead. Yeah, they've really saved a bunch of them, right? They have Kira in the back pocket, they've got cars, they have part 1 Dio, they have Father Poochie, right? They have all of these cards to play. And it isn't even like we have to speculate if they would introduce these villains. Like, the entire point is that we have a Jono and a Diavolo already here. And you know, also something I've kind of wondered, how many of you have actually checked out like the ult animations? Or are you all automatically on like ult skip? Hey, that is chopped for a follow. But yeah, are you all on like auto skipping for like ults and whatever? Because I think there's some really cool animations to be seen. And now I'm actually quite curious about this. I want to go to like an earlier chapter. Just to see if a Jono has a different ult animation between his 2 ults. So whoops. Well, I guess it doesn't make much of a difference. So let's see. Settings, skill animation on. Take effect next battle. Retry. Or retry. Retry. Let's make it a little quicker. Alright, let's see. So Yeah, he just summons his stand. And then the next one should probably be like a different one, right? Yep, that's cool. Who does the most DPS right now? For me personally, in terms of single target, it's actually Diavolo at 3 stars S1, who's slightly ahead of a JOJO at 3 stars S1. But it also sometimes depends on the content and if Diavolo actually decides to crit. So, let me see Time Erasure. And now gimme finished now. Okay, and just in case, we're actually gonna up the audio a bit for this. It's not bad. Like, I think there's a charm to it. I like him. Like, we're probably usually not gonna see him, but I think it's pretty cool that they exist, right? Maybe you could even have play once daily on if you want to spice it up a little. But it is pretty cool. No, there is some sound effects, but yeah, it did try to stay as original as possible for the most part, I think. But yeah, that's, well, the plan, I guess. But yeah, I do also believe that to a degree, a 3-star Diavolo is kind of already the peak of what a Diavolo can be. Right? Like this 50 energy, 4% penetration. Yeah, technically you could bring him to 5 stars and then to like S6 or S11 to get more percentage on the ult, more hits with the cooldown, couple more attributes and a little bit of stave attack, but yeah, especially this second state here is mainly like PvP or like early parts of a fight where you just have to kill something. It just gives them a big burst during the 10-second season stave. Unless there's a way to like actively reapply stave mid-battle, this doesn't really make much of a difference, but this one's pretty sweet. Hey guys, any advice doing class boss? We're having a hard time with this guy. Oh, a clan boss? So, let me show you. The team I ended up using is actually going to be this right here. We have a double healer. But yeah, we have technically a double healer, but not really, because we're running a Jono on the damage increase. What you need to know is the sand things he summons are AoE, which means you are best off running a You've Angered Me Jotaro and also something like a Prosciutto, because they can destroy the sandbanks a lot faster. And then things end up being a little close, but this is kind of how it went for me, where there's like phases where everybody kind of ends up bursting, and then you see like this ticking from senility. With them being AoE, you get through them a lot faster, and you kind of need a second healer alongside a damaged Jono, because otherwise these sandstorms are just going to end up killing you, right? So that's kind of how I went about it. It's not necessarily even the sandbanks that do that much, but it's like these that he summons. And also, especially if you end up dying, there's still reason to just be like, well, maybe we don't need the damage increase on JOJO, right? Like you don't always need a damage increase, especially not if everybody else ends up dying. And let me see, did I take some gear away from Speedwagon? I didn't, so well, I guess let's run it one more time. And yeah, the biggest threat is indeed in this case the damage the boss does, which didn't really happen before much. And also, yeah, you see like him getting these attack stats. Well, we're just not breaking through fast enough, I guess, through the walls. Yo, what does the Wrangler badge do? For that has Fury that gives ult effective, more damage. Ult effectiveness is just you end up dealing more damage, or if something says, let's say, enemy takes more damage from certain sources, that would also, like, the ult just overall becomes better, right? Think of it of characters that are like doing the most of their damage with their ult. Though the thing is, the Wrangler badge is a melee badge, so you can't really put it on like a JOJO, you can't really put it on like a Whole Horse. It's mainly just for ult reliant characters. Or characters that do their most with the ult. Will you show me your JOJO, and would it be worth wasting 10k just to get his badge? Well, I am not badging around for now. I also don't think I would, at least until I would get the badge to like gold 2 or maybe gold 3 even, because the first perk really isn't that great, right? The main thing about the JOJO badge isn't really star. Like, star is PvP. And also you could get this perk by just having one copy. But no, I guess it's all really about judgment. And, right, like, basic attacks have a chance to deal damage equal to target's max HP, so extra hits, and it's chance-based without a cooldown. And should you crit, you have a higher chance to trigger it. And then obviously the final one, which would be the 8 out of 8 perk, where after you basic attack, you also gain a 30% attack bonus, which is kind of crazy. Luckily, it is on a 30-second cooldown. Alright, let's do extreme trial. Let's see if we can make something happen. Well, they can certainly place another one. The cook? What the fuck? And what kind of team did I get put into now? How did we end up in a situation where the cook is a choice for the first fight? Ay ay ay. Which gems? Frenzy, Fury, or Flurry? Frenzy, Fury, Flurry, the triple Fs. Come on, let me place. There we go. He should solo this, no trouble. I mean, well, I can place another JOJO. That's okay, sure. Alright, there we go. And now for the final challenge. we can bring our big 2 and then it should be alright. Honestly not sure what that means, but your stream popped up as YouTube featured, lol. What does that mean? I don't know. But that's at least certainly something. Shout out to YouTube for featuring or the like, I don't know. Is Dio boss fight hard? I don't know, I don't think we can fight him yet. Come on, give me red for my trouble. Yes! Ooh! How many? Defense, 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 unlucky. HP, HP, unlucky. Attack, defense, not bad, and ult strength. Attack, attack, well, a little unlucky. Attack, defense is pretty good. Huh. Nice. That was quite a few of them. Why is my Chocolate so strong? Well, for one, apparently he's now S1. So his ultimate does 20% more damage on the attack and a higher chance to inflict mold. But no, he's running the do something set with some good stats. So we have attack here, attack there, attack here, and attack there. Yeah, mainly, right? Bunch of attack. But more importantly, also look at the stat line. He has, Dio's bet is tomorrow at reset. That's what I would assume, yeah. He has a good chunk of attack. And interestingly enough, you see he has 12.5k, right? But, well, so, 960 of that 12k come from guild. 5.2k from it, or 5k from here, come from there. Best scenes for range characters. Stone Ocean or Do Something are the 2 range character scenes. When it comes to like single target range characters, or specifically somebody like a Caesar, a Hall Horse, a FF, it's Stone Ocean. And when it's like AoE range characters, then you want to do, then you want to get like the Do Something set. So somebody like a Koichi or Chocolate. And also look at this. Basic attacks have a chance to enable the next skill to deal more damage. Important here, skills are both ults and skills. Which means every time our Chocolate ends up basing attacking, we get a chance to just have the ult do more damage. And the cool part about the ult is, well, for the first time you do damage and inflict mold. But should they already have mold, they'll further take basically double damage from the ult. What is he good for? Well, I've used him to great success in Extreme Trial, Bloody Battlefield. We'll probably use him today for the World Boss actually. Used him in Extreme Trial Team. Used him in story quite a few times when there was like the opportunity and where I needed like some big AoE damage, or especially some sustained AoE damage. He worked on the tentacle boss, that looks like he has a piece of underwear on his head. For that guy, he also worked. I'm getting your ass kicked in the level 7 of Bloody Battle. What I did was take a singular Jotaro, take a Giorno with energy regeneration, take a Speedwagon with energy regeneration, just those 3. Then pick AoE Jotaro and pick every single basic attack upgrade in the game. He ended up dealing 213 million damage, and I don't think we got close to losing. So you could try using AoE Jotaro and try picking up every single thing that has to do with energy regeneration, crit rate, attack bonus, and the like. Wait, can I win this alone? Eh, 3 players are required. Unlucky. Caesar 2-star, Jotaro 2-star, S1, FF 1-star, Prosciutto 2-star, Bruno 2-star, S1. Any tips, please? Not much time left till the reset for you. Oh, I don't know why I can't get over 20 million for the world boss. I'm so close to top 3. Is there any small thing to push your damage? You don't have a JOJO S1, do you? You could... okay, so yesterday's boss. I would take out Caesar. I would take out Caesar and put in something like... Yeah. I know, but you're already running Bruno, eh? You could... Well, let me show you a couple of the people I tried yesterday. So, you can try Akira Otoshi. You can try the crit damage support. You can try Anubis. You can try Sports Max. You could potentially be getting... Like, you could find some success running a Blue Fort over Caesar, because the boss has range damage reduction. But I would definitely keep JOJO, keep FF, and probably keep Bruno. You could take out a Prosciutto, and you could replace Caesar. So I'd say those two might be the ones. You would do extreme try with me if I wanted to. Well, I don't know. I'm just looking for anybody in like the 30 to 40 server range. Yeah. I don't... could be anyone. I don't really mind. I don't really care. I just want to fight. I just want to do my second fight. You don't have an assassin for the raid boss. You don't technically need one. But try to find something that does good single target damage that preferably isn't ranged. What time is it for me? 7:30 in the morning. Which server are we? Europe region 5. So this one. Kenzo or Blue for better for world boss? It depends. I mean, Kenzo's a bit random. You kind of have to crit, otherwise he ain't doing shit. Blueford is a safe bet in that Blueford will do some damage, and the defense down that he applies is at least gonna help. It's just the bosses currently don't have high enough defense for it to actually make much of a difference, I think. Is there any point of saving the training vouchers, or should I just be using them as I get them? Like the guild training vouchers, I would be using them. You can be a bit more careful with the training tickets. Like, you know, these like cassette thingies, these 10. Because a couple, especially in the beginning, a couple classes benefit a bit more. Like how you could get 2% crit rate, 2% crit rate and a bit of crit damage on both assassins and rangers, rather than something like crit resistance on something like a Jotaro. It's gonna be a long day, oh for sure. But I already know what I'm in for, so it's not gonna be much of a surprise. Again, the cook? Ew. Who let him cook? Oh, also something that I think is pretty cool about Cicolata that some might be underestimating. He does have the passive like any other specialist, where basic attack is gonna restore 20% of their ult gauge. That is pretty potent. Best team for today's world boss? Well, that's what we're about to find out after we're done with most of our dailies, like team mode here. But I think it's going to be AoE units. So like a Prosciutto, a Jotaro AoE stand, a Cicolata. But we'll have to see exactly how important. Would Uncharted Journey be like a weekly boss? Pretty much, yes. But it's jumping up in difficulty every time you beat it. So I don't know for how many weeks we can treat it as a weekly boss. Right? That might be the only scary thing, that it's to a degree temporary, depending on the power, right? But I don't know, maybe we'll all scale so well that it doesn't become much of a problem. But alright, come on. Give me some red gear for my troubles and I shall be happy. Nice. Unfortunately, no double attack. That's sweet. Do something with range damage as well. Nope. I'm done. I unfortunately only had to do one fight. You have to find somebody else. I don't think we got any upgrades for our melee guys. Still gonna check. But I don't think we got any upgrades. Right, like this is kind of like the same thing, you know? So the only thing we could do is try to gamble on if we do or don't hit crit rate, right? Here, this one's decent, but we don't really need it. But we can lock it just in case. Basic attack multi isn't bad. This is probably like +4 worthy at least. Yeah. And then I can probably feed the +8. So this looks like the one kind of piece we were looking for JOJO a bit. Like, yes, overall we are missing out on a bit of attack. Because it doesn't have it. But basic attack strength as a sub should go a decently long way. So that should have been an upgrade. And then for the 4th slot, well, nothing really changed, did it? Oh, it did. For our 3rd piece, we have an upgrade where we can now run double attack instead. Sweet. Okay, so we have 3 pretty good, I at least like to pretend, 3 pretty good melee sets. Next step. Prosciutto. So Prosciutto, he is currently running this thing, Cast Aside My Humanity. The question is there anything more to get? Like, this already has attack, this has attack, this has attack, this has double attack, so it doesn't really get much better. The only change would be like in rarity. But this one doesn't have attack, so I don't think we should even consider it. So then Chocolata, which means the do something set. Did we get any changes there? So here we already had double attack, but in this case it's gonna be, ooh, this, both are nice. Like, look at this. Ult and AoE, ult and ranged. And then this one here is ult and crit. Both kinda cool. Especially the 3.5% crit is kinda nasty. Okay, what about the rest? What about the rest? So slot 4, range damage and crit damage boost. Like, the only problem here is that this is received healing bonus. Thing is, for crit damage to work though, crit rate to work, we kind of need to crit, right? Double defense attack. I mean, well, it's okay. It's just one substat off of like being really good. Again, though, I'd probably much rather prefer to get something like crit rate rather than crit boost. Oh, this has crit rate again. That's a rather high crit rate set that Koichi there wields. Alright, so that was do something. Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean could be big. Stone Ocean could be big, because I think there's still a couple of things that could go nice for us here. So let's see. So this is double attack with basic, which is fine. This is one attack, basic and ranged. That is certainly sweet. I just don't know how much I should value range damage. We can try a +4 and see if we avoid the defense. Which we do. So that might actually be swap worthy. Especially on Caesar at least. Like at the minimum on him. But maybe even on FF. Alright. Second slot. Basic and ranged, but with HP. Basic and crit. Crit is certainly awesome. Okay, this is a straight up upgrade. We can only get attack, and it's red, and it has a useful perk. Like, this is just a straight up upgrade. No real doubt about it. I think we stick with range damage for now. Maybe give the crit rate to Caesar. And then Whole Horse kind of gets like this scraps that are left over, you know? He kind of gets, well, whatever we have left. So, something like this. Something like that. And then this one here. Oh yeah, and then Caesar obviously graduates to double attack plus, where is it? +8. And 4.9% basic strength. Very nice, actually. Okay. Did anything change for like Koichi and the do something set here? No, we kind of already did that. So tanks. We need 2 good tank sets just in case. So did anything change there? Definitely. Attack defense, but it's basic attack strength versus ultimate strength. It's defense, so we probably swap it in. Double defense versus skill strength. I don't know, probably gonna go with the defense. This one has defense. This one has defense and against skill strength. Hard to say. Couple tough picks here, but probably go for stats first for now. But definitely damage reduction over block rate for him. And then ultimate strength, because why not? Okay. Healers. Healers are the final part of this. But there's no point doing them on JOJO, because we're about to do World Boss. Which means he's kind of going to get not whatever we have lying around. But pretty much. He's kind of gonna get whatever we have lying around. Alright. Wait, do I even bring JOJO? Like, at all? Probably not. Unless the boss is like one entity for like a long ass time. Huh. Well, he's gonna get a healer set. But we kind of have to like keep one of the pieces open for JOJO. Which means... this would be for JOJO. This would be for JOJO. No, this would be for JOJO, so he can have this one. Yeah, here legit does not make a difference. And here just be a bunch of attack. Okay, world boss. Let's check him out. And let's see how AoE he truly is. We gotta run the fight like 1 or 2 times to get a bit of an idea. I think I'm gonna start with our standard team. What's the weather? 5% attack. Alright. But yeah, no point changing what's already working if we don't have to. Yeah. Alright. And then let's see how often he actually splits and how much of a benefit it would be to us to actually bring AoE damage dealers. He splits a decent amount. So... and especially if we can't kill them. Yep. AoE boss if I've ever seen one. So that means JOJO flies. Diavolo probably goes. And Prosciutto and Cioccolata come in. Kind of. Yeah, I think I might as well see how far we can push Prosciutto by just giving him everything. Like, could have sworn... oh no, it was a Jotaro related upgrade, yeah. No badges available, are you sure? So you'd much rather give him the Wrangler badge than the Kenzu badge? I don't understand that. Like, we can still get both, you know? We can just do Kenzu with Fury Gems. Like, that's no trouble. See, that's what I think is the cool part about the Frenzy set, like this crit rate set. Like, people don't realize that, well, only equipped by a melee character, then the basic attack deals more damage, and he gets crit rate. His ult can crit, right? So, what stops you, right? What stops you from running a Frenzy set on him? Like, he does basic attack, and he can crit. So, you know, where's the reason not to? And then here, gem-wise, I guess the best we can do is triple epic for now. Let me see. 217, 197. Yeah, close enough, but not close enough yet. So let's see. We have a Chocolate ready. We have a ready. We have this guy ready. We ungeared him. We should be fine. Wrangler. It gives you Wrangler because most of his damage is old damage. But I think my combination should be a little smarter, right? Like, get crit rate first and then Wrangler on top. And that's also because the Wrangler set itself has the problem of giving 7.5% attack, 7.5% HP. And the crit set itself rather gives 15% attack. So, well, let's see if this actually was even oh yeah, and Caesar we can just swap over to AoE. Let's see if this even was a smart decision, right? Chances are our damage goes down somehow. I don't know. Where is he? Also very important that JOJO is the one getting hit, otherwise he's not building any retribution stacks. So our damage should probably not be that great, at least until he splits. Let's see. Yeah, so Prosciutto does what you would expect him to do. But then the boss transforms back. So it's kind of a split between like AoE and single target. I mean, Prosciutto's doing really well. But remember, in comparison to Chocolate here, he has a fully maxed gear set. He has our best set of gems. He has our best badges. So it's not quite fair. But FF, right? Look at FF, holy shit, right? And one of the reasons why FF is doing so well is because her ult is also AoE. At least that'd be my one of my points here, right? And that is this one here is 200% like 200% AoE within 2 tiles on summoning. But no, the 16% attack and defense bonus is really nice. And she is our first one with a full 3-star range set, and she does have, I guess she has marked, which is, well, she has skill damage for now. Like, if I really wanted to, I guess I kinda should give her the whole horse set, but I can't bring myself. I can't bring myself to destroy the only whole horse set I have right now, especially if there's a chance for me to just upgrade it to 3 stars and put gems into it rather than the other way around. So, while it might be slightly better in the short term, I am also kind of betting on the fact that we're getting another whole horse set when the boss rolls around. So, what set do you give? It's a frenzy set! It's a fucking Kenzu set! Nah! That's awesome! Yeah, that's so great. Oh, that's so big. Especially if you don't have one yet. Like, I know for it to like really become useful, you kind of want it twice, but now you only need to get it one more time to get it to 3 stars. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. So that means whole horse set, frenzy set, like Kenzu set, whole horse set. Was there any one of the important ones somewhere in between? I don't know. Some of them might have. Yeah. One of them has the attack speed set. Maybe it's Vamu, maybe it's Cool Eyes. I don't know. But that's so big. FF needs dupes in S1. She's S0. Is she? Not? She is S0. Like, you can absolutely run her without that. We just got that today. No, FF was one of my highest damage dealers for every single world boss ever since I started using her. And she was zero dupes before. I mean, we can... Let me see if you can see that in the yesterday's rankings. So, yesterday's ranking, we got 33.5. But no, she's now being shown as 2-star, but she wasn't. Right? So, my score from yesterday was... Here, this one. Where she did 7. Yeah, 7 million. But yeah, oh, that's so big. Now, the question is... Fuck, that's... Ooh. Oh, that's nasty. I can't destroy the Frenzy set. Even though I would love to, because it would allow me to run double Frenzy on both JOJO and Diavolo. I cannot. And the reason why I can't is because if I do, then I have to find the exact piece from like a random craft. Otherwise, I'm always going to be one step behind. So, I still need to just randomly craft a frenzy piece. Like a flurry piece. But it's still huge. It's still really big. It does also get me one step closer to 3-star. Gold 1-star, sorry. Gold 1-star set. Because that means I only need 4 more. If I can get 4 more Kenzu badges, then I can combine Kenzu with Kenzu to purple 2-star, use the epics to feed to purple 3-star, combine the epic 3-stars, and then I'd have a legendary one, which would give us lethality perk at 4 out of 10, which is every 4 seconds 160% more damage and the extra stats. So, yeah, that is nice. Okay, come on. Can I get a singular flurry piece? Come on. 10 crafts. Let's see. No. Nope. Nah. Also no. Well. Oh yeah, a couple of you were curious. Well, when do you split between gold and points? Whenever you have the gold, make sure you craft it. If you don't have it, you can do regular crafting. Because what I've noticed is, whenever you get gold, you kinda seem to be getting the amount to craft it alongside it anyway. Like, for example, obviously, like over time, right? If you rank in the world boss, you get them at the like equivalent splits of like even if you go like top 10%, you get like a 5 to a 25. So yeah, but but that is so good. Okay. Random daily chest for completing all dailies. To get something of 200 gems or higher, 38% chance. Not today. Not today. Say you pull all the abilities. Which character's ability would I always put in the wish list? Wait. So say you had every single ability. Which character would I work on getting max dupes off of? So that would be which character would I think is going to get the most amount of performance out of the additional stats and then eventually additional upgrades on ults. So it needs to be a character that has very powerful passives that also get improved by quite a lot. Okay, so I would probably end up permanently keeping FF. I would probably end up permanently keeping FF. I would probably end up permanently keeping Jono. One of the reasons behind Jono would be so that we can reduce the cooldown on the skill so that we get more energy regeneration over time. So it would be FF and Jono. The other ones are a lot harder. I don't know how tanky we need to become. There could be some value in trying to become as tanky as possible with like an Hermes. Caesar might have a chance to still keep up, especially once you get like even more upgrades in his abilities. I like my Diavolo, but like kind of the thing is, at a certain point you only want to keep people in that you know you're gonna 5-star or you're getting close to 5-star, because you're stuck at S4, right? Like S4 or S5, and can't go past that so long as you don't have them 5-stars, right? Koichi dupes go nuts. I don't know, I'm not that impressed. Like, no, not Koichi dupes, but like Koichi ability dupes. I'm not that impressed by this number increase here, where the onomatopoeia damage goes up by 10 per second, which ends up being 100% damage in 10 seconds. And the final hit goes up by 20, so it's like plus 120% damage. This one here, this cooldown could be cool, yeah. I mean, this is like a 100% increase in AoE, that could be sweet. Yeah, I mean, this would give it more triggers. I don't know about that. Like this, specifically when the ally with it dies, which seems kind of useless because you don't really want that to happen. Maybe in PvP, but even then. And this one I also don't care about as much. Like this dodge, sure. But this attack don't... it could be great for story, right? That's the thing. It's hard to judge. I don't like him. No, it's not that I don't like him. I just feel like you might not... Like, okay, at the end of the day, though, you probably want to have people that, like, end up doing big boy damage, right? Rather than having, like, a dupe of, like, an assassin. I don't know, I think Diavolo is cool, but I also feel like he doesn't need it as much. Though, it is important. It is important to note you still get the ability boost stats regardless, right? Like, it is still stats from star up, and it is still stats from abilities boost, which is also why I rate FF that highly, and that is because she gets so many stats, right? Like, she gains stats from her 2-star passive. She gains stats from the she reduces stats of the enemy. She would gain the increased stats from she obviously has double stat value because she has her summon. Like, I don't know, I think at least the safest picks would be FF and Jono, I believe. How do you have level 40 characters? Right now I'm still level 8, so I'm confused. Servers. It's based on your server. You don't have to worry. Account level is, if I were to go to switch character, you see that there's 112 EU servers. The later the server was made, the less days the server existed. The less days the server existed, the lower you can push your quest level. You can see how I'm currently on like a 22-hour cooldown. Other servers would be on like a 1-hour 22 cooldown, or even on something like just the level, even the level before they even get to the cooldown, right? Hello, should I go for JOJO max dupes? Well, if you have the ka-ching ching and you know you can afford it and you know you can stomach getting screwed on the rates, like obviously you wouldn't, like you have to calculate with worst case scenario. Jotaro 3-star and Jotaro 5-star are really good. Jotaro 2-star doesn't make as much of a difference. So if you go, then you do commit. Like, if you go, then you better go to at least 3. That's kind of the way I see it. Which is also why my guy, he chills at 3-1. But I'm not yet willing to go an additional 4 copies. Just for this perk. Right? Kind of want to see what else comes out in the like. Would Diablo need dupes? No, you can still use them. But his S1 is going to make him deal more single target damage. Because the world boss will never be counted as below 50. Which means you only deal 1000% on ult. with the first one. The second one upgrades it to 1900%, and you get some missing HP scaling. 2-star doesn't really change much for world boss, just mainly for AoE. But 3-star is really where he gets like the big jump, where he starts becoming like really useful, you know. Yeah. So I don't know, Chocolate, he wasn't doing that much. So maybe we can try Koichi instead, because the enemies just kind of like, whenever they obviously go away, they just reset the stacks and yeah, make things a little awkward. But FF was doing really well on the world boss. Prosciutto was doing obviously insanely well. Yeah. Let me check again, do something here. Crit boost. Well, it is skill strength. AoE damage. Should be for the best. Okay. Let's see. What server are we playing on? EU region 5, so EU 37 is where I'm on specifically. Okay. I think Caesar was doing decently enough. Didn't really give me the feel that I'd have to swap him. One of the main reasons why, I don't know, I'm not considering running like Prosciutto and a Diavolo is because Diavolo would need the exact same gear we're giving Prosciutto, you know? You know what's great about Prosciutto? He has the ability to heal himself because he's a fighter. Whenever he's low health, he can like heal himself for a percentage of his attack, which is why you see we are actually able to survive without a healer. So this is actually one of the benefits of him being a fighter. Usually it's not as great, I guess. But Prosciutto did a lot worse this time around. I wonder why. Right, like if we compare 10.5. Oh, FF also did a lot worse. Not just by a little bit. Maybe it's because we added another source of AoE damage in, and there's like only so much AoE to be had. Also, JOJO coming in at just... Maybe single target JOJO is the way to go in this case, because there's kind of a mix. You don't want to go full AoE, nor do you want to go full single target. And that's because, yeah, obviously there's a single target here, right? Duh. But whenever you end up beating the single target hard enough, you get into the AoE stage. But the AoE stage also starts with only 2 first, which isn't really true AoE. So having the chance or having the ability to kill them fast, leading you into more of them quicker, might be kind of valuable. There we go. Alright, great. Let's see, what's the score? 9.8, 9.9, 10.9, 9.9, and 7.4. Bigus numberos. So the final swap we could technically make would be trying to see if maybe we're better off replacing Caesar with a single target unit instead. But those numbers are really good. Try FF Afdul if you have him. Max, Kenzo, Jono, and Jotaro. I don't have a. I don't have Kenzo. Why the I don't have the crit rate to make a Kenzo work. But also, isn't Kenzo like single target crit damage increase? Where's all the defense down coming from? Jotaro actually applies it. Jotaro has a chance to, whenever he uses his skill, to apply stacks of defense down at a 40% chance on a triple hit. So yeah, Jotaro actually does a bit of defense down. But we don't really do that much defense down. AoE doesn't matter much, I think, because hitting spawn also gives damage. Yeah, but like, if you play AoE, hitting, you just end up doing more damage because there's more targets to hit, right? Like, that's just how the AoE here works. Though, I guess it comes down to if you end up killing them or not, right? I mean, okay, sure. What did you see? What did you say? Try FF Afdul if you have him, Max, Kenzo, a Jono, and a Jotaro. Did you still run Jono on like damage stance? I mean, maybe that could end up being something multiplicatively. I mean, Afdul could be funky. Afdul could be funky. I'm not gonna say no to a chance to have him actually do something useful for once, potentially. I mean, they are kind of clustered up. You have an S11 Jotaro and an S11 Afdul. Okay, brother, no wonder. No wonder your Afdul is cooking. I mean, I can see that. Having a character at fully maxed out stat bony, like a rainbow S11 Afdul, I can see that potentially making him deal a bit more damage, right? The chance to inflict a bit more burn. Here, probably specifically this. The damage buff effect, the AoE buff effect, the fact that you're getting 4 stacks of damage up. The fact that all your basics hit for 600 and 300 rather than just 500 and 250. I mean, you know, I think I should be pretty proud of myself that the team that we were cooking was able to get 47.8 with the 3-star S1 Jotaro versus S11 and full rainbow, right? I think we can at least be slightly proud of that. But I don't mind trying after. Like, if there ever was a time where he ends up being useful, it probably is this one. So, let's see. How did they do 6-9 on hard, 6-9 on 3 stars? I'd have to check after this round. How about that? I accidentally upgrade all my blue badges to 3 stars. Are you done for? No, that's totally fine. You are supposed to upgrade your blue badges to 3 stars. You know what you're actually supposed to do? You're actually supposed to upgrade them even higher. So, when you go on any badge, there's a promotion feature. At the bottom left, it's going to say something like badge promotion. Click on that, click select all, and upgrade your purple badges as high as possible. What you want to end up doing with them is you're going to be using them as fodder, as the base upgrade pieces towards getting high level epic badges. So the progression goes blue 1 goes all the way to epic 2, and once they are epic 2 you can use them to take an epic 2 badge and make it epic 3 without having to use any epic badges yourself. Well, I don't think much changed, right? So Avdul wasn't able to compete with Caesar for this one, but FF put in put shit in high gear. Like, FF was like, well, my time has come. Like, man, 2-star FF is holy shito. Holy shito. Alright, where were we, right? De-equipping those and probably putting things back on Caesar for now. And then, yeah, kind of trying to see if maybe we can put together like a half decent, like a half decent set for my Diavolo. Like maybe we can make a third set. And I can still somewhat use. Though I am probably gonna be disappointed by his performance. It's probably what I'm gonna end up being. But I just have to keep in mind the number is fake. It is not real. He is actually really good. And then it's all gonna make sense. Trust. Okay, let's do +4 here. No, it's already +4. Scam. Let's do a +4 here. And see if we can get like a crit rate or crit damage upgrade. Nope. Mega scam. Okay. Badges. I mean, I need a third melee set. I don't really own something like that, which means he has to get a set that's purely for stats. Is it perfect? No. Maybe Kenzu One Piece, but then he's gonna lose the attack. This is gonna be a sad Diavolo in comparison to our usual one. It's gonna be a real sad Diavolo. Am I free to play? No. My prosciutto dies really fast in this boss. Could I show you my gear? The higher your attack, the more likely your prosciutto is able to sustain himself. It might just be that I'm lucky that our threshold works, right? So it's all about this thing here. You see how when HP is below 40%, landing a basic restores HP equal to 150% of the attack? Well, my attack is pretty high. So there's a good chance that you would be best off still bringing somebody like a Giorno or a Speedwagon to sustain the team. And even like still, I think your damage might even go up if you have a JOJO S1. Because there's still a good phase, a good part of the fight where you're fighting single target anyway. So I'd probably just replace one of these units with like a JOJO S1. We test it out, right? We'll probably end up replacing Diavolo. Just to see what ends up happening, right? Holos 3-star badge, good for Caesar. Holos 3-star badge, perfect for Caesar. What you then want to do is you also want to combine it with the Jongali A gem set. That should be for the best right now. You can also try the debuffed set but for gems, but like Jongali A plus Holos is probably the strongest range combination at the moment. Because based on my testing, at least at the moment, the debuff set just doesn't fucking work. It's just a little tough. Yeah, Diablo, he doesn't do the most. We might really be in a better situation bringing JOJO. Not only because we get more single target damage bonus, but also because we get the energy reduction, which leads to more ults. For Uncharted Journey, would it be better the long or the short one? Both reward the same. Both reward the same. I prefer to do the fight one, at least until later in the game. I'm not entirely too sure what it means to get 10% more intel. But the base rewards are the same, so I picked the left one for every single time since we unlocked the game mode. Alright, then let's see. Let's see what a Buongiorno can help us do here. Remember, we are using him on damage increase. But that should be fine, because even on damage increase, his passive still heals. So now we should go faster or get faster through this first part, leading to faster time to the AoE. Also, I find it curious that FF has 17 stacks. I don't know how. So she's, I think, supposed to have 16, but I could be wrong on that, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is looking decent. This might be like, yeah, like a 50 something. Look at that. So, JOJO still has his worth. But yeah, I mean, look at them. Choo. When will I do a film guide? So what I was waiting for. Also, why are we looking so pale? Or not pale, so like unenlightened. I don't know what it. Well, it's gonna be fine. No, that doesn't really change much. But it is what it is. So what I wanted to say is I wanted to wait for all the world bosses. For all 7 world bosses. So now I can do a proper world boss guide. Giving you the characters that are going to perform the best on each. Now that we've had a bit of experience with it. We kind of know which ones are AoE. Which ones are single target. How are the mechanics on some of them. What's the weather. That kind of thing, right? 10% more intel means you have a 10% chance to get 2 intel for the jailbreak instead of 1. Are you sure? Did you already get 2? But yeah, every time I played the rightmost mode, I just ended up getting cooked. As in, I made it to like day 3 or day 4. Then I either realized, well, this shit takes way too long, or, well, that's not fun. Then I'm missing out on JOJO S1. He unlocks so much damage. Not for this fight specifically. But for every world boss fight, yes. Like we only went up by like 5 million. This is definitely one of the least JOJO effective stages, I guess. But prosciutto is really good. Really good here. Like, prosciutto is really nice to have. I mean, you can see Koichi working. Though, I guess the Koichi damage kind of depends as well on the 2-star. As well as also where your Jotaro, which is the one who's going to get the Koichi bonus, where he's positioned, right? Depending on how he paths and how many enemies spawn around him and how, that's going to massively increase the damage output of like a Koichi. Yeah. Like, I don't think you should be getting more clues, because if you look at it, like, extra intel should be this thing that allows you to upgrade this, no? Kind of. These ones. So that you can, yeah, look, insufficient intel for technique upgrades. So it doesn't make a difference. The rewards are the same, it's just this allows you to upgrade the skill tree faster, which ends up making the mode easier. But that still doesn't mean you want to play this. Still doesn't mean you want to play it. FF stakes can be obtained from separate... Oh, what the fuck? That is not fair. No, like, seriously. No wonder she's cooking so hard. Even 16% attack, 16% defense combined with 8% less defense on the enemy is great. But no wonder a single target FF ends up dealing that much damage, especially because her ult is slight AoE. If every single time she hits something, she gets... No wonder she got to 17 stacks. Yeah, I mean, let's pay attention to her stacks, right? Because every ult should be AoE, so it should be quite a few. So there's now 2 targets. She's at 17 stacks. Now with the AoE, she's still at 17. I don't know, I'm waiting for you to show me that we got to 53. Let's see. We're still on 17. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yep. 30, 33, 34, 37. God damn. 38, yep. 41, yep. 43, 45, yep. Awesome. 47, awesome. 51, 53, 54. Perfect. 55, 56, 57. 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. Casual 63% attack increase. That is crazy. Would you spend 500 to 200 gems on Mystery Merchant from SPW Quest? It depends on what he's offering. I had the Mystery Merchant come in, and one time he gave me like such a terrible deal, I declined it, and the other one it was like 1,500 gems for a standard 10 pull, and I decided to take it, not because it's a particularly great deal, but because I currently don't have much to do with my gems if I want to be smart about it, so I thought maybe it was a bit of a sign to do something with them, right? Would I salvage all the purple scenes? I think salvaging scenes does make zero difference. Yes, you could still salvage all the purple scenes, but as far as I can tell, you can also just use them as fodder, because you get the same ratio of experience. I mean, we can test it. I'm like 99% sure that's the case, but let's see. Using this purple scene would give us 160 experience. Now, recycling this purple scene and putting it on the boss is gonna give us, can you take a guess? 160 experience. So it doesn't matter unless you want like a cleaner inventory. But yeah, in general, I don't think you should be using purple scenes at all, unless you're still like having trouble clearing the extreme trial and you need to like make your way to triple S, right? 200 gems for 20 purple collection intel. Oh, in like, ooh. Oh, so 200 gems for 20 purple searches. like a 10 pull for 20 purpose searches. Not only would you get, I guess, a couple of these, because every time you do a search, you progress this. I mean, what would you be looking at? You'd be looking at a couple chance at frags, tiny chance to get a collect. I don't know. Maybe not if you're free to play. Probably not. Oh, yeah. 6-9 hard mode. Yeah. Remember. So, chapter 6 and then stage 9. Let's see. What do I remember about this? What do I remember about this? It was 90% HP and kill 10. See, the cool part about this is I think I got a little lucky. But I was running double or even triple healer. I think it was either double or triple healer. Then it was a tank. And then I think single Jotaro or single prosciutto. Like, I was playing very defensive. One of the things that helped me personally was doing manual ults and waiting with triggering something like a Tonyo trendy heal at the very end of the stage. Like, basically in like the last 1 or 2 seconds to kind of cheese our HP back up higher. Because the real problem with these 30 seconds is you usually, especially with like a Jono S2 or Star 2, find yourself in a situation where you kind of don't have any healing left for like the last part of it. Oh my god, you're suffering with the point of Guild Boss. Healers. You need to bring healers. Like actual healers. Otherwise, shit is not working out. Like, I for example, brought like a Speedwagon and a Jono on the healing ult. Otherwise, people just die. And then I brought a Prosciutto to reduce the boss's damage through senility so that they don't hit as hard. And also for the AoE sandbanks that he summons, because you can hit those AoE. But sometimes it can also be a bit of luck in like, does he summon a windstorm straight on your dome, and is that going to end up killing you? Oh, look at this guy. He has a maxed out S5 rainbow Jotaro. Fancy guy. Fancy guy, but I think we're kind of done with World Boss. And you know the reason why I'm done with World Boss is I don't want to disrespect Diavolo anymore. I really don't want to disrespect Diavolo anymore. So we're just gonna give him his setback. Nah. Not the greatest perks I've ever seen. I don't know, I feel like 4.9 melee damage plus attack versus skill strength. Obviously it'd be this. What is up with that bottom one? This is sad, right? The fact that we wrote block rate on it, but what can you do? Oh, and this is also a scam. Come on, don't scam me again. I got scammed so hard. Unlucky. Wait, now I'm confusing myself. This auto equip is really... Why did I upgrade that piece in the first place? I already had one. What the fuck? This auto equip is messing with my head. Why would I run a +4 if I could run a +8? Stupid auto-equip. Seriously, make me waste some resources on nothing. Ay. Can't even trust auto-equip to just equip your best pieces. What has the world become? Okay, he's ready, he's fine, he has the gems. JOJO is doing well as well. I mean, we didn't touch JOJO, didn't change much for him. FF still is working hard. Let me try and see if we can get like a nice perk. Okay, enough trying, this is not working. So, yeah. I feel like our Stone Ocean set could be a little better. But it is probably the best it could be for now. But I do think everybody else should be geared, so it doesn't really phase me that we're selling a couple pieces here. Shit. I always kind of forget that when I'm running World Boss, my Giorno doesn't have his healer set on, because why would he? And that usually leads to me losing 1 or 2 Hamon pieces to upgrading random shit for no reason. Yeah. We need a gear preset feature 100%. Could spirits be removed again when putting them in a slot? Yes. Spirit power is temporary. So I could just take this gem out, put, I don't know, this gem in, then take this gem out again and put the original gem back in. Arena matchmaking is so stupid. I have 2.1k and it's only looking for people for 1.k. People not even close to the top. Sometimes it's about you having to do fights where they don't allow you to bully people without investing a couple more tickets. So sometimes your rotation is locked to the fight you're on. So try to find someone, kick their ass, then search again, which should help you get closer to finding the people you're looking for. Also, I don't know what's going on my server, but nobody's really like trying to go high in score. The problem is you can only get a high score if there are other people that have a high score that you can, you know, try and whoop their ass. It's just not really happening for us, which is... I don't know, it's certainly something. Oh, I think that's like requests, right? Yeah, you can have my Jotaro. Yay! We high rolled that shit. 100 gemsies, let's go. I should probably start getting into the rhythm of locking my Hamon pieces. Yeah, I lost some actually useful pieces by not locking them. I think I lost a couple double HP roll Hamon. Yeah. And that's all on the condition that I decided, well, I had to upgrade this one piece, but I didn't even have to upgrade this garbage. And we also got screwed on the rolls. That's terrible. What would be the fastest gems to try to get JOJO? You want JOJO and his SP copies? I mean, if you want to get the fastest gem to get, the fast way to get gems right now is take every single character and level them up to +5. That's the fastest way you can get gems right now. Bringing every character on your account to +5 is going to give you 100 gems each. So that's going to be like 5,000 gems. Is he free to play and how does he have that many gems? He is not free to play, but he hasn't spent most of his gems, as you can see. The main thing I've done at the moment with my money is regular summons and getting JOJO to 3 stars. I'm currently, but also most of these gems even are from game modes because I haven't summoned for gems in like 6 days. No, bit less. 5 days. I don't know. Every time I get gems, regardless of from where they come, I don't use them, at least for now. I achieved it, you achieved it. Hey, congratulations. I don't know what you achieved, but you did. Do you use blue badges max here to upgrade purpose, right? Yes. Best gem for the whole horse badge? Jangali A. At the moment, Jangali A gems are probably the best you can get. And that is because the debuff set is bugged for the moment. So, if you have, but remember, Jangali A is also one of the best range sets as well. So what I'm currently running is Lisa gems. I'm currently running Lisa gems. But no, the best combinations for range really is going to be Hol Horse, Jangali A, Lisa. And the reason for that is because Mr. and the Mr. set and Joseph set, they don't work on world bosses. Though, to be fair, this world boss is a little special because he summons and they have actual HP bars, but it doesn't work against the big one. So, yeah, the problem with like Joseph set and Mr. set is that the bosses don't have an HP bar. You would need a more detailed guide for badges and where to put every gem. What would be the best badge and gem set for a prosciutto? Well, for the prosciutto for world boss, what I ended up using is if you really want to max his damage to the max, you want a Kenzu base. Which gives you 10% crit rate for his ult. So you want to do Kenzu base. And Fury gems. So Wrangler set for the ult effectiveness. So crit rate plus ult effectiveness leads to the highest prosciutto damage. What kind of gem set did I have on him before? Oh yeah, standard Wrangler. Oh yeah, the reason why you want to do Kenzu base and Wrangler gems is, look at this. They give you max HP and base attack. So in terms of like raw damage, the Kenzu set gives 15% attack and this one just gives half of that, but the rest in HP. So that's why it's at least a little bit important what's the base, but it comes down to luck, right? If you get a lot more Wrangler pieces, then it's totally fine to run Wrangler set with like a Kenzu base, with Kenzu gems. The effective is more damage or longer time? More damage. It could be both. The only thing I've tested is what happens when you give the ult effectiveness to someone. Does it increase the damage? And it did. So it could also be duration. I didn't time it. I didn't time the duration. But like, just think of it as if characters are ult reliant, having the Fury set makes them better at ulting. Pretty much. That's how you can think of it. They become better at ulting. I don't think there's much of a point, right, for us to summon, because we're kind of... Okay, we already have 29 pity again on standard banner. And then like a 7 pity on ability banner. Well, pity is going to carry to the next banner, yeah. Do you use blue badge max tiers to upgrade purples? Yes. Which purple badges can you use to upgrade? For now, I would only use purples to promote, unless you're very, very sure of what you're doing. Every set at the moment has its value. Though, if you wanted to know which bed sets do I think are currently the most garbage at the moment, like if you really, really had to trash some, it would probably be Stroheim. It would probably be Stroheim, Tarokus. Yeah, probably Stroheim, Tarokus, and Will. I feel like Stroheim, Tarokus, Will are kind of the least useful at the moment. But if you can, I wouldn't destroy any of them. And that is because you want to go to gold 1 star eventually. And then eventually as well gold 2 star. Though gold 2 star isn't as important. Gold 2 star is not as important as gold 1 star. And the reason for it is because gold 1 star gives you oppression levels. Which is an extra damage perk that you can then get. Thanks for the info, no trouble. The Stroheim and Tarkus badges bit the dust. Understandable, but don't underestimate the amount of blues you have, right? Especially if you just do your gold fuses and use the rest on just crafting the normal sets. Don't underestimate the amount you have. And make sure you always do your badge promotions to see if maybe you're gonna be able to get like another 1 or 2 epic ones. I mean, just like this. Look at this. We now just got 4 more epic fodders, which is enough to do half of a 3-star purple set. So yeah, my next goal is going to be finding another Kenzu set. If I can find 1 more Kenzu set, I can get Kenzu gold 3 gold 1 star. And that is because I can use the first copies to just turn these into instant 2 stars, then use a bunch of the epics to turn them into 3 stars, and then just combine the 3 star with 3 star and make it gold 1 star. But I really think the world boss rotation is super generous with their badges. Like, I really like the badge selection they have going. This guy seems to be giving Kenzu badge, which is insane. Tarokus should give us Whole Horse badge again, which is also insane. Like, these are legit the number 1 ranged, number 1 melee set and number 1 ranged set just for triple S score. I wonder if it swaps because we go up in difficulty to the next one. But at least you got 1 copy of the number 1 ranged and number 1 melee set. And then one of these in between here also had Frenzy, and one of them had ult percentage. I think one of them wasn't as useful, but at least 4 out of the 7 sets are like really good. One of them might have been Bucciarati actually, which is, I feel like, mostly PvP kinda. Oh, Jongali A. I think one of them did one of them give Jongali A? Because if they do, Jongali A is also really good. Jongali A is also really good because there isn't that many great ranged badges. Oh, also, didn't they give Kicho? I think most of the badges they give are kind of insane. Which Bruno ult would be better for the current world boss? What you're already also on the next one, right? I found a bit more success using Unzip the Zipper yesterday due to the stun better lining up with the Giorno damage windows. But usually it should be the second one for like single target boss damage. But Bruno's not that great on this world boss. Like, he really isn't that great. These would probably be kind of like the best people here, where this is a better representation. Here. These are probably the best ones you can use for the current world boss, kind of. Do we know how we even get the second badge abilities to 6 sets? See, that's what I was wondering, right? It could be that epic badges are kept at 6 out of 8. But I mean, maybe like another... I don't know if the legendary gem slot means that you can socket 2 gems, or if it means that the epic slot turns legendary. Because depending on, like, one of the ways I could imagine for us to get like a full, like, let's say, how do we get full lethality, right? We get lethality 4 times from having gold 1, and then going up to gold 2. Oh, you can see, oh, it's only some of them. The way you can get the 6 out of 10, you only have to upgrade some of them. Like, because it only goes to 6, certain ones actually get oppression. Like, this one gets oppression 1, as you can see. But this one instead, no, this one's also oppression 1. I think one of them should then go to oppression 2. Yeah, you see how it's like split? You're going to have like 50-50 legendary gem base, 50-50 oppression stack. So it kind of feels like it would be for the best to upgrade only the right side first to gold 1 star, because getting this oppression set maxed out is for the best. And also these 2 right side badges give the most attack in terms of main stats. I do wonder if this legendary gem slot is going to be extra or on top. It doesn't look like it. So I don't even know if the legendary gem slot is any good. Right? Like, I don't even know if there's any point to it, because when you have like 50-50 legendary and epic gem slots, you can't do a 4-piece regardless of how hard you try. And look at the difference. If I were to run Flurry 2-piece instead of 4-piece, I get 3% crit. But if I can get to Flurry 4-piece, I could get 10%. Would it be okay to auto-level select memories? So the best targets in my mind for now are memories that double match your stats. So certain sets have fixed stats. Like, for example, this one will always have attack. This one will always have attack in the top stat. These ones will never have attack in the top stat, right? Like 2 and 3. But the third stat is always random. So having something like this, it has attack from the 1 stat, attack rolled from the 2 stat. That's like one of those that I'd be very comfortable upgrading, because regardless of what gets upgraded, I get value out of it. Upgrading something like this here, I mean, look at how we get fucked on the HP roll. Or more specifically, look at this piece. Was it on the 1 slot? Or was it the 2 slot? Yeah, look at this shit. We have double wrong roll. Yes, nice extra attributes, but we mainly ran into HP. And then, you know, the safest bet out of them all is going to be having a red piece with a double roll that has 2 good stats. So something like this is a bit more of a gamble, right? But obviously it has the good attack roll, so it's like the best base attributes we can get. And then it did get crit rate and crit boost, whereas this one here had the perfect sets, besides you can see like one of the extra attributes being block rate. Also, I don't think you should upgrade too highly, because remember, at some point you are probably going to be starved for JOJO coins, and we are already getting the next set on 18. And with the way we're going right now, we will be getting to level 18 in just 3 days. So we are already just 3 days away from already upgrading our gear again. Though I could see us slow down the level pace further once we get to 18. To like a 1 every 3 days, 1 every 4 days maybe even. So that like once we unlock difficulty 7 and 8 and level 60 gear, maybe it becomes a bit slower for leveling through these. But yeah, 26. 26 is where it's at. That is because you get final double clash difficulty, final bloody battle difficulty, the final character levels, but also even more importantly, the final gear, right? Level 26 is where you know for a fact that you're done, because you'll be able to get level 100 gear pieces. And that's also the reason why you might just want to start holding some keys, because at some point you will be level 26, and that is going to be gear that you'll be using for a long, long time, rather than gear that's just temporary. But the real way you still have to think about it is like, what kind of rewards do you stand to gain getting good gear now? Right? Does it make the difference between getting in a higher percentage on World Boss? Because that's going to add up over time. Does it make the difference between getting a higher stage on interview trial? Because that's going to be a couple rewards. So I don't think these are that great. But yeah, also live arena. We need to see how it works, how important it is, and how much we should care about it. It's kind of funny, we aren't even in the mid-game. Yeah, we're getting close to the mid-game. I wish I could get Red Greatest High set. I only get the Caesar, Rip, and the Daga Kotovaru ones. But yeah, Greatest High and Stone Ocean are definitely the most desirable, I think. As like general chases. Uh-oh. No, okay. I was smart enough. Yeah, okay. I was smart enough to protect what I needed to protect. I just forgot to do the same thing for for my healer set. I always seem to lose my healer set randomly. Accidentally. But yeah. No, pretty much appropriate. And then you. Well, I don't have that many frags lying around anyway. I can't be building everybody at the same time. We also gotta keep in mind that there's about a 99% chance that we're adding new dramatic scene sets. What do you mean 99% chance? We already know it for a fact, right? Like, look at this. If you go, it's 100%. If you go in here and you even just look at this, right? Or you even just go to filters, you see that there is still the Taste of the Light, the Hymn of Bravery, and the Gang Star set. I mean, look at it. It's a Gang Star. And we could even spoiler us on when we get them if we wanted to. And that is by going to Holo Trials, Extreme Trial, 60. And you see that we are actually going to unlock the Hymn of Bravery and the Lie set. But I don't want to yet know what they do. I don't care to know what they do. So, yeah. And then Gangstar is a level 80 set. So, yeah. You want the Bruno Lick set? Anubis 3-star, Kenzo 3-stars. For my JOJO gems, I should equip. I would do... Oh, well, the split... I guess the split at the moment doesn't really matter. But you are best off doing a Kenzu base. Kenzu base is more likely to stay relevant. Because you will always be running crit. And then the only question is, will you be running crit with crit damage or crit with attack speed? So unless you intend to give him like a full legendary set anyway, then building like a Kenzu 3 first, and then... But you can't go wrong with either. Like, I have a Kenzu 3, and I also have a build Frenzy set. It just depends on what you get more, and making the most out of it, right? You already did the Anubis base? Oh, you mean as in new ones outside the game already? I mean, there might be a couple new ones on level 100. Who knows? You already did Anubis base Sage? No, I'm still running him on Anubis base, and wanna know why? Because crit damage is kind of shit right now. We don't have the crit rate. We're still gonna need probably by level 60 gear, maybe, but probably from 80 gear and beyond, the where the fuck is he? Ah, yeah, because they don't have a copy of it anymore. The Akira Otoshi set's gonna be really good, right? So Akira Otoshi set. You could also build an Akira Otoshi set or Otoishi set right now. It's just, right now it's not very good, which is why I mainly turned it into gems. Right? That's why I have... also, I didn't get that many of them, but I have 5 impulse gems. 5 meaty crit damage gems. I wonder, will they be adding new SR characters as well as SSRs? Oof, I don't know. Maybe. But... who knows? They probably have to do it alongside of the banner. And they'll have to kind of find a way to make it worth for people. It depends. It depends on their philosophy and if they only want to introduce like big names. Like they could do people a favor and introduce like the biggest names as like limited SSRs, like your Dios and the like, and then characters that people still like but aren't as big, they could introduce as epics maybe alongside of them or the like. They should wait for Abdul and JOJO to go away. Oh, they probably will. I mean, that seems the most likely that we are only going to get a new banner in 21 days. Though there is a chance that we get a banner every 3 weeks rather than every 4. And they kind of let them run simultaneously. Maybe. But we'll have to see. Now they will for sure. Game's missing a ton of characters. It could go either way. It could go either way. Like, maybe they make everybody now, they add now SSRs, or maybe they just won't add certain characters. Who knows? They could also be adding everyone and everything. It's impossible to say. I don't know why they added such niche characters off release. I think to some degree it might also just be them having an idea for a kit. Like, maybe they just saw somebody with a stand and they didn't really know how to implement it into the game. But they were kind of like, well, and do it. I mean, we could make him an assassin and use his water stand. Maybe it's also about, like, animation. Maybe, I don't know. There's probably a reason for it. You think a banner every 2 weeks is reasonable? No, that's not really reasonable. Because think of the amount of copies you need for someone. Especially later. Think of the amount of copies you need someone if they were to introduce a new unit every 2 weeks. The best you could do would be getting a singular copy, maybe an ability if you stretch it. And that probably wouldn't really feel that great. No, they don't have to add Diddy Orangutan. I think we can all live without Mr. I can turn my... Like, how would you even introduce the guy? He's just gonna... Is he gonna be like AoE damaged by summoning his freighter on top of everyone? But it's kind of physical, but it's kind of not. Like... And also, who would go out of their way to summon for Diddy Orangutan? He would be the SR. He would, but still. Okay, is there anything more we need to do? Usually the dailies tell me. Oh yeah, I think we missed out on 5 experience by not doing the arena, which is kind of sad. Na 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 na. My healer gear is so sad right now. I ruined my healer gear. Uh-oh. I gotta pay for my mistakes. Let's see if we can get some healer P. Ooh, holy shit. Unlucky that we're still on level 40 gear. But that piece is really good. Okay, perfect. We got one of our double HP Hammons back. Now I don't have to feel slightly as bad. This could have been another double, but it wasn't. But it's at least a 2. Well, you know, he doesn't have to have that great gear, alright? Like, it just needs to be enough to equip 2 healers at the same time and call it a day, right? Like, it does not have to be perfect. Like, I'm happy enough with getting my double HP roll back. Yeah, basically. Happy enough getting the double HP roll back. Gonna make sure to at least have this set lying around. I might have not even possessed the double HP roll, but you've all seen it, right? We got a monstrous greatest high piece on slot 2. So the only problem is we don't have the crit rate to make use of it. But alright, let's see. What would be the +4? Please just don't... Oh, I know what we can do instead. We can take this stupid +8 and just use it as fodder for this one. Especially because it rolled like double HP. What are you? Oh, this one got screwed as well, so let's see. Nice crit rate and crit damage boost. That's awesome. Do I have what it takes to go to 12? Kind of. Come on, more crit rate. Even more crit boost. I guess it's slightly better for our Diavolo. If you think about it. Like, we get a bit more crit rate, bit less crit boost, but like, it's better to crit than not to crit. Kind of wisdom cookie information. Yeah. And then here, we can just give him this one in case he decides to crit. Yeah. Yeah, in case he decides to crit. But yeah, I do need to be a bit more careful with my gear. I can't really be running around randomly selling shit and then regretting it later. The weirdest decision they made for sure is making Diablo just a random standard SSR. No, I think it's one of the most awesome decisions. I think that's so awesome. Like the fact that you have a cool character that you can be happy to get and happy to work on maxing out and the like. Like, sure, it would be greater if Diablo was like even stronger, even more overpowered, but I am very happy that I can always look forward to getting Jono, Diavolo, FF. At least those 3 just from like a... Okay, probably Caesar as well. Just from like a raw character perspective, it's someone that I am actually like happy to get. Right? Like Diablo's awesome, FF's awesome, Caesar's awesome, Jono's great. Don't really care much about Koichi, Avdol. I mean, well, Avdol is Avdol. He's alright. Bucciarati, I like him, but not because of him, because he's a kind of a bit. Oh, well, okay. So, what the fuck? Huh. That can't be good.